welcome to the Messy Bun Sister podcast.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Lauren. There's a fly in my face. And this is episode 4. It's crazy. Today, we're going to be talking about dating and getting married.
Marriage.
To our
Marriage.
Marriage is what brings us together today. We're weird.
But it is.
Yeah. What? Marriage is what brings us together today.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm back to wine. The water didn't do it.
Suffice.
And I really feel like we should do a whole podcast on Fiesta.
Wine?
No. Because I feel like last podcast, I accidentally cut it short.
Oh my God.
But I feel like there's so much to unpack with Fiesta, and like we can do like research of like what it is
and be better San Antonians.
Yeah. I feel like last podcast was kind of a little bit of a fail, but all I'm saying. Anyway, I forgot to mention this in the last podcast, but we do have a Patreon account where you guys can be patrons of Messy Bun Sisters podcast, and we'll do fun little things like we'll do like insights with us. We'll do like FaceTiming and stuff to our patrons, and we'll read questions of the things that you guys have, and we'll do some giveaways maybe sometimes. I'll try to get Alyssa to do some giveaways on some of her beauty products that she has with us.
Sorry, you freaked me out a little bit. The fly will not stop flying around.
It's like zooming.
It's like,
I see it.
Oh my God.
Oh, went in the closet.
Okay, stay in the closet.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I will do giveaways. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. So just to our patrons, if you want to be a patron, everything's linked below on YouTube, and we'll link it to on all of our stuff.
Podcast too, yeah.
Our podcast. So if you want to be a patron, yeah. And then obviously on YouTube, if you have any questions, any topics you want us to go over.
Please comment.
Yeah.
Let us know. Reviews.
Don't sound desperate. Damn.
I just mean like.
Please comment. I really need you to comment on all my stuff.
I just mean we want to hear. Like we want to know what else we can talk about.
Yeah.
And
We love to talk.
yes.
And today we're talking about dating and marriage and kind of what it was like as sisters to experience that.
Yeah.
So I guess since I'm the oldest,
You go first.
I'll go first. Alyssa.
Oh, you're asking?
Yeah.
So then I'm going first.
Well, I'm asking the questions first and then you're going to. Okay. So,
Okay, go ahead.
Should I ask you questions about, that fly. Should I ask you questions about you?
Whatever you
Or
want.
should I ask me questions about me, feeling about you?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so when did you...
I
got it in your face.
I know.
Okay, legit side note. One time we were out in my parents' hot tub and
Bugs love me.
bugs love Alyssa. You're like Pigpen from Peanuts for the bugs. fly.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway, so this chichara, literally, it was huge. It was like the size of my iPhone Plus.
Yes.
Attacked Alyssa, and it was.
I was standing
well,
over.
First off, it was like screamed like a human being, and we were like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
I guess it hit the side of the house, and then it screamed.
Made it really loud. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like made a beeline to the back door.
Cicada. You said chichara. Yeah.
Same difference.
Right. But for the people that don't know. Cicada.
Anyway, so
I was like standing over mom, and mom was holding Liam, and I was trying to like make sure that it didn't land on him, and then it attacked me.
I didn't care. I just ran inside.
Me too.
And it like literally, and David and Trent were outside, and Trent was like, I saw him
Attack me.
come after you. Like it said, Alyssa, I hate you. I'm
gonna eat you.
gonna eat you. It was pretty scary.
Not fun.
Anyway, why were we? Oh, the fly. So Alyssa, tell us about. Okay, we won't talk about your dating. Be
nice to me.
We won't talk about your dating history. Well, I guess
You
we
can, but just be nice to me.
Okay, so you were probably what, like 13 when you started dating somebody?
14.
14. That made me 18.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we never, like, you never, I guess you didn't, obviously you were young. So I didn't really, I don't know. But yeah, you were 14.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. So you were 14 when you started dating. Like how old, like what grade were you in? Tell me about that experience, I guess, and how that made you choose your husband now.
That's a really loaded question, but I did.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was freshman year, and I started dating this guy because he went to our school.
I hate his guts, by the way.
I know, that's why I was saying be nice to me.
I'm nice to you. I just like don't like him.
I've learned how to forgive and to forget.
I don't.
Anyways, and so I started dating freshman year in high school, probably, and we dated until his junior year of college.
That's insane.
A long time.
And honestly, I feel like as a older sister, I was super protective.
Right.
I was really, really protective. But also at the same time, I do have
He was an ass.
Yes. But I have a tendency to like overstep. Sure. And especially back then, I just said things that came to my head that had absolutely zero tact. And I felt like you dating him and how I felt about him really put like a wedge between us. For a while.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we weren't really friends for a long time. Well, first it was because I was so like, quote unquote, so much younger than you. And then it was like I was dating this guy. I actually felt like when I was dating him, I wasn't close to you or Alec, which is weird to think about. Yeah. It's weird to think about now because we are so close.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did I do that?
Well, I mean, you're young, like, you know.
First love
or whatever. I get it. Kind of, but
well, because you didn't really like date anybody seriously until Trent.
Yeah, that's true. I just like to have a lot of fun. I don't want to be tied down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever.
So I guess the question of how it made me choose my husband now is my ex-boyfriend was an ass and I didn't want to marry an ass, so I married David, he's great.
That's the opposite of that. No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that's, I said that ASS a lot, but.
Yeah. You said ASS? What was her name?
Pacey.
No, it wasn't Pace.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ally Six?
No.
I don't remember.
Anyway, shouts to Pace and Ally Six. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I remember during that time, like, I just legit was so angry, not at Alyssa,
At him.
but at this boy at the time.
We don't have to spend too much time talking about him.
Anyway, but the whole point of this like conversation is like it was really hard.
It was a wedge.
Yeah, and not just like between me and Alec, but like I feel like the family too. But there was a point in my life when I kind of dated one guy, like when I was like 19.
Who?
You don't remember? That like everyone was like, he worked at Zio's.
Oh God.
I know. See, we're like, I kind of like pushed everyone away.
Yeah, that guy was
I know.
an ASS. No, I didn't really know him actually.
He was just a lot older than me.
And just very wrong for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I was 19,
Yeah.
figuring it out. And again, like I had never really dated anybody seriously.
Yeah.
So, and I had no intention to date him seriously at all. I just wanted to just like date. And I feel like also growing, I gotta pinch myself for saying I feel like keep doing that. But, you know, growing up in like a Christian church, it was like we were really, really conservative too. Or at least, I don't know if we were like our parents weren't that conservative, but the church
were taught
was.
to be, yeah.
I don't know. But I also feel that played into me not dating seriously either. Because I feel like everyone was our friend and you know what I mean? I would just like
And what's funny that you say that is I felt like I dated seriously because of that. Because I felt like I was always taught, like, if you're going to date somebody, like, you need to court them and this is the person that you're going to marry. And, you know?
It's funny.
That's
like,
interesting.
It is great for some people, I think, to have like a courting period. I don't know. But like looking back, I don't think that that's something that I'm going to teach my kids. I like being able to teach them. And I feel like mom and dad also taught this to me too, is when you're like in high school or in middle school or maybe even in college too, just literally just have friends and have fun. I mean, obviously like don't be
Loose.
I was going to say a disease spreader, but that's probably better.
No.
But like still just like there's no reason at middle school, high school, even college to me, in my mind, even now.
For it to be that serious. And
Right.
And you know what? That was one of the reasons that we broke up.
Why?
Is he told me, he was like, I feel like we are an old married couple, and we were 20, 21.
Yeah. I don't know. Trent married me at 21.
Oh. No, but I mean, y'all hadn't dated for 6 years. And
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. I mean.
And Trent is very mature for his age.
Yeah. So.
We were just young, dumb 20, 21-year-olds.
That's funny how we were both taught the same thing and we just took it
differently.
And
That's
we had
crazy.
never talked about it until right now.
That is crazy.
Weird. Anyway, so when you started to, I guess, like let me coin it this way. Whenever I started to date Trent,
Okay.
because I hadn't dated seriously, like what were your thoughts? What did you feel? Was it weird?
I thought he was too young for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was 19 and I was 23.
Yeah.
I need more wine.
Okay. I don't know if I should say. Okay. I remember we were like joking around when y'all were in New York.
Have you ever told me this before?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we were like joking around, and me and Caroline, I think.
Caroline, how dare you? You haven't even said
And we
anything.
were like, because y'all
We haven't
were.
even talked about Caroline in this podcast.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
And Trent bought like a banana phone and like glasses, and Jersey Shore was going on, and they were like, their saying was like, she's too young for you, bro. So like, it would be like, if he buys a banana phone, he's too young for you, bro. So we were like joking around
I
about
loved
that.
his banana phone. And we were only friends at that point.
Oh, that's funny. No, but I mean, he liked you. We knew he liked you.
Yeah. We were in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Then you went to New York.
Right. But Caroline was with me.
Maybe it wasn't Caroline
After?
then.
Oh.
I don't know who it was, but it was funny. Because we
Yeah.
were like, so at first I didn't think it was like too serious.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, this is just her friend that like.
Because we were friends for a while.
Yeah.
Before we started dating.
And I was like, no way she's going to really date him seriously. He's too young.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thought process the whole time until he was like, oh, I'm going to ask Lauren to marry me. I was like,
Tell us that story. Like, well, how did you feel about that? Like, what was going through your head?
well, I was in. No, I think I had just finished beauty school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just cutting hair in the bathroom for friends and stuff. So I was cutting Trent's hair in the bathroom. It was like in our parents' guest bathroom, and you were downstairs like hanging out. And he was like, I think I'm going to ask Alyssa. That's
I'm Lauren. You're Alyssa.
I think I'm going to ask Lauren to marry me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I started crying. Yeah.
Aw.
I was so happy because I loved
You
I mean,
were-
the thing is, I knew
He
Trent,
was 20.
I knew Trent too. Like,
Yeah.
Trent and I were the same age.
Yeah.
I was still dating my ex at the time.
No.
Yeah.
I hate that he was a part of that.
I know.
Anyway.
Because I told him, I remember telling him, like, hey, Trent just like is going to ask Lauren to marry him.
I didn't even like. That's
It doesn't go together.
right. Like I even forgot that they even knew each other.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway.
So.
Oh, he gave you the $2.
Yes, that was so. He was like, at the end of the haircut, passes me $2 and says, "It's because you're going to be cutting my hair for a long time." It's like, thanks, Trent.
And we're gonna go get our haircut tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah.
But I loved it, and I love Trent, and that was what's cool about like, oh my gosh, that fly. Our husbands is they were friends before, and Trent was friends with Alec.
Yeah.
And it was when we were working at the church. So like when Trent was hanging out there, I was hanging out there too.
Was David there?
Maybe, but not really. I mean,
Alec was there.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. JB.
Yeah. DD, LV, LG.
Anyway, so yeah.
That's so random.
I was really happy.
Yeah. Anyway, we got engaged in New York City, which we ended up living. So we were going
tell that.
We were going through old photos. Okay, so we had gone to New York with the girls.
As friends.
No.
Oh.
No. We had gone to New York with the girls, and then the year after, Trent and I started dating. Okay, back up. We went to New York with the girlfriends in the summertime. And then the next summer, I went with Trent as my boyfriend. I think I burp every podcast.
Oh my God. Gross.
Anyway, we went that summer to New York as boyfriend, girlfriend. And we had been dating for 11 months. So kind of, that's not a long time. 11 months.
Not a long time.
Yeah. And then he asked me to marry him in Times Square. But we were looking at old photos of just like walking around and doing our thing as like an engaged couple. And we legitimately walked by our apartment in 2011. 2012 was when we went there and got engaged. In 2012, we're looking at pictures, and Trent was like, "Oh my God. Like, I used to go to that McDonald's all the time." And when we lived there. And it's so crazy. Like, we legitimately walked by our old apartment.
Weird.
Isn't that crazy how just like time happens?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you married Trent?
I married Trent. We talked about it a little bit on the first podcast too.
Yeah.
About we met at church. He was my sound guy. He was 17.
Whoa.
Okay, so yeah. He was 17, but he was dating somebody else at the time. That's something that we have similar too.
Right.
He was dating somebody else at the time, and anyway, they split up, and then Trent was like, "Oh, I like you," and we had been like friends for a while, and I was like, "No, you don't," Sure you do.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to. I think I even told him, I don't want to be your rebound.
Right.
Because he had like just broke up with this random girl that he had been dating for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel like being your rebound. Also, you're like my best friend. Also, don't make this weird tomorrow at work. Also, just be my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I look at you like a brother.
You said that to him?
Yes.
Poor Trent.
I know. But he said the one thing that he held on to was he asked me, like, do you think this would ever happen ever? And I was like, I don't know, maybe.
And then he held on to it.
And he held on to it. And probably like 3 months later, he was like, oh no, like 3-4 months later, I started to have feelings for him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, do you still have feelings for me? And he was like, yeah. And then we started dating and got married.
Was it because Lauren said that?
No. I think that he like would go hang out with other girls.
Like Lauren?
It wasn't Lauren.
Oh.
But like Jen or like Carol Ann, just as like friends, he would just like go hang out with them.
And you were jealous.
And I got jealous because I'm an extremely jealous person. Anyway, so I was like, why am I feeling jealous? Like, this is weird. Anyway, and then we
got married. Boom.
The end.
That's how it happens, people.
Yeah, but for David,
so if you're friend zoned out there,
for those of you who are friend zoned, it can happen where you climb out of it. But the same with you.
Says, I don't know, maybe.
But the same with you is like David was dating somebody else when y'all met.
Yeah. So I had been single for a while when we were like starting to hang out as friends.
Yeah.
And we would like go play volleyball and
I liked David.
Yeah. And even his girlfriend would come sometimes too.
That's weird.
Yeah. And she would like hang out, whatever. And yeah. And then they broke up. And I remember like months later telling you, after they broke up, months later, I told you, I'm like, I think I like David. Because then he would hang out a lot more. Mm-hmm. And you were like, no, Trent just told me that like him and his ex are getting back together. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
Trent with the cheese man.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind. Like, no biggie. Like, we'll just be friends. I think he's cute. And then I guess we were friends for like, I don't know, until the end of the year. That was probably February. And then towards the end of the year, like October, we started liking each other.
What year was that?
2015? No. 2014.
Okay. I was like, and then you got married next year?
2014. So then we like kind of started dating in October of 2014. Just like, I like you kind of thing. I don't know.
Check yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like same thing. Like we were friends. Like we became really good friends that year. And so when we felt this way, it was kind of like, do we like each other? Like still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's just kind of hang out and see. And then we stopped hanging out because I was like, hey, look, I don't think that this is going to work. Like, I don't think that we're like meant for each other or whatever.
You said that?
I don't know. And okay. And I remember like one morning waking up and dad was downstairs and I told dad, I was like, hey, I'm going to go have coffee with David. And he was like, I really like him. I think he's like such a great guy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know, but actually I'm going to go tell him that I don't think things are going to work out. And dad, I was like about to walk out the door and dad stopped me and he's like, come here. Like, we're going to sit down. He's like, you don't meet guys like David very often.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like, please consider like giving him a chance and like dating him because I really like him.
I feel like I want to cry.
I know.
Trent,
but I still went and broke up with David. Sorry, David.
So stupid.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that I have to learn from my own mistakes.
I know.
It's awful. And I have older siblings. I should learn from their mistakes and just move on.
I'm glad we have this in voice and not in writing, but I'm glad.
In voice.
Anyway, I was going to say something like dad, today even like Trent helped clean out a filter and dad was like, you have a great husband, Lauren. And I was like,
well, for dad's birthday, they stayed up till like 1:30 just chatting outside. Yeah. Just Trent, David, and dad.
I know.
They're BFFs.
Yeah. That's so funny. I think that he likes that. Like that's what he's wanted for us, you know?
Yeah. And I'm glad that we have that.
Yeah. And I can't believe you broke up with David after dad told you not to.
I know. I was dumb. But then thankfully, David,
what happened after that?
Thankfully, David held on to hope too, because then
I'm holding on to hope, holding on to grace, fully letting go. What song is that?
Carrie Job something.
Oh, okay.
So
shouts to Carrie.
We led worship before her
one time
in
like 2010.
So I guess January, I don't know how. I just told him, I'm like, I really missed you, like hanging out closely with you.
We have like the same story.
I know. Weird. So then we started dating in February. Like officially, he like asked dad if he could ask me to be his girlfriend.
He asked dad
for permission to be his girlfriend. It was so sweet. And then, so I said yes. And then...
did you know that? He asked dad?
Not until dad told me. Then October. We went to Sedona and then...
Oh, yeah.
The Grand Canyon. He proposed to me at the Grand Canyon at sunset.
When did you... Okay, y'all went like October what?
24th.
What day was that?
24th.
Like a Friday?
I don't know. Maybe Saturday?
Okay, so let's say it was a Friday.
No, I think it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday night.
Okay, so David decided... Like, he called me like on Wednesday and was like, I'm going to go propose to Alyssa on this trip. And I was like, what? And he was like, here's a ring I like. And I was at Rackspace, I was at Rackspace working like, okay, like this is in 3 days.
I think
like,
you asked dad for permission that Thursday too.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And your ring's so sparkly. Show the people.
Oh, hang on. I just got it cleaned and it looks awesome.
So if you're listening to the podcast, just go to YouTube and see her beautiful ring. Yeah, I was like, it's in 3 days that you're going. Like, what? That's crazy. My favorite story is how David proposed to you.
No. No.
It's my favorite thing ever. So there's video of it. There's
there's video of it.
So what did David do?
Well, we got a GoPro.
Yeah.
He got me a GoPro for my birthday. So my birthday is the 22nd. We went on the 24th ish.
Where's that GoPro?
Right there.
Uh-huh.
So the whole trip at the Grand Canyon, we were like taking pictures with it, like taking video, all this stuff. So at sunset, he was like, well, let me set it up. That way we can get the sunset in the background and we'll take a picture. So I didn't think anything of it, right? So he sets it up. It's videoing, but I thought it was just going to be for a picture. And we stand back and I turn around and he looks at me and he looks at me and he goes, question. And I was like,
and then he gets on a knee
and just said, will you marry me? But that's so David.
Question.
He's like, so girl.
So girl. Question.
Want to get married?
Yeah, that's David.
That's so David. And so I was like, yes, I love you.
And then there's a lot of footage of them kissing, but
yeah,
I think it was so great. Like, I was really glad that
I found David.
Okay,
Me
so at
too.
the beginning of this podcast, you said, what's the opposite of ASS? Like, that is David. Like,
he's the best.
And he's a good dad.
He's an amazing dad.
And he's BFFs with Alec and Trent.
I could not have asked for a better husband.
Yeah,
the
same.
Lord literally blessed me so abundantly with David.
And I feel like my wedding was better, but
wow.
The only reason why your wedding is better is because you had to have alcohol. Or you got to have alcohol. I had a dry wedding. But people
It was still fun. Like, we danced a ton at your wedding, too.
That was the whole thing that I wanted, is I wanted just people to, like, dance. That's all I wanted. That's all I cared about, is, like, I just want people on the dance floor all the time. I am the type of person, too, is, like, I met with Lisa, who was our wedding coordinator, who I love, who has passed away, and she was just an amazing person.
She was my wedding coordinator too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot. She was
we
just
were the last wedding that she did. Too.
Yeah, she was like the most amazing person ever. But she, like, I gave her like a literally minute by minute how I wanted their reception to be.
You would.
Minute by minute. And I put, even to the DJs, I was like, I want these songs being played at this time. But people were always on the dance floor. You know what I mean? That's all I wanted.
You're such a control freak.
I'm not a control freak. I'm just a planner, and I know what I want.
You're
and
a control freak.
You're a control freak too.
No, I'm not. I am not. I did not give my DJ minute by minute songs.
Let's bring in David here and figure out how bossy you are.
Let's not.
Yeah. See, well, we're going to interview David and Trent one day, and we're going to talk about it.
And they will both say that you're more of a control freak than I am.
Anyway, so I mean,
even if I am a little bit, you know what I mean?
It's just really great. I feel that we're both married to people that we love, and it's just, I don't know. It's been a really great experience, like with you too, you know, and you were my maid of honor. I was your matron.
You were my matron.
And I had a really hard time finding a dress. Sorry.
So did I.
For my wedding?
No. Oh, you had a hard time finding a dress for my wedding.
Yes.
I thought you meant for your own wedding. I was going to tell the story about how I had to get mine altered literally 3 days before the wedding.
Oh, that's a good story. Tell it.
Well, I had to get my dress altered 3 days before the wedding.
Okay,
That's
so here's the
much
thing. We have to stop the YouTube because we only have 30 minutes of recording time, but we'll keep the audio for the YouTube. So the YouTube video is probably going to go away.
Do you have more questions to ask me?
I want to hear about your wedding dress.
That was it. Ding, 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 ding.
Alyssa, literally 2 days before your wedding, you had to get it emergency altered.
Yeah. But that's depressing. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, this is a real life podcast where we talk about the good and the bad, the valley and the mountain.
I had to get... I don't know what else to say. I couldn't sit down. I literally... Remember, I was like, maybe I should try this dress on before the wedding. Remember, you and Mom had to help me.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. It was kind of depressing.
It was very depressing. I don't want to talk about it.
She couldn't fit into her dress. That's like a nightmare. But you got it fixed and you looked beautiful.
I know. I'm very glad.
Yeah. And Alyssa, she worked at a beauty salon at the time, which, I mean, she still does, but she had like people come in and do like her makeup really beautiful. And
we
her
all
hair.
went and got our hair done at the salon.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
To get our hair and makeup done together. Oh.
What?
Nothing. It's just funny. We had eucalyptus in our hair. That was really fun. Shout out to Carol Ann.
Oh yeah, we made the flower crowns the night before.
Yeah.
I love eucalyptus.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted.
There's
was
some
like my
people
main
that
thing.
don't.
I wanted eucalyptus and lavender everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was good.
And I did.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess we'll just end the podcast here. Is that we're both happy and marriage with your sisters like been really great. Don't you think?
Yeah. Was that everything?
Yeah.
Okay. We live our lives.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Me too.
And we like literally live down the street now from each other. Well,
We should move in together.
Alyssa like really wants to do anything. I don't know about that. Anyway,
And then we can have like a reality TV show about the Vargas and the
the
Garcias living
podcast
together.
is enough. Anyway, so
The podcast
don't
can
forget,
evolve. It can
Don't-
evolve into reality TV.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast if you want to hear any more of our stuff. Obviously, we have a Patreon account too that we're going to link below. And we will answer your questions, anything that you need. We love you guys.
Bye.
Next week, we're interviewing our sister-in-law.
Stay tuned.
That's going to be fun.
She's scared of us.
She stole my name. #rebirth.